Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Sorry for being a teeny weeny bit late. Technical difficulties. My camera did not want to cooperate, so here I am. But welcome to another episode of Pure Sessions with your girl, Lana. This is episode 52. And if you guys know me or have been watching a couple of the episodes, I've been having different guests on periodically throughout each episode, and I've been trying to have more people on who do different things, not just the same thing. So I have had on musicians, entrepreneurs, fathers, businessmen, things like that, because the goal, or what I'm trying to do going forward with the show, is kind of like, showcase the artist's talent versus just having me talk the whole time. So that's why I want to do a different type of guest each week. So for this week, this episode is titled Spoken Word, Activism, and Spiritual Healer. And I have a special guest. She'll be joining in a few minutes. I couldn't fit the whole title on the description, so it kind of got cut off. But I have Arson the Poet, and I feel like I'm butchering her name, so when she comes on, or her title I should say, so when she comes on, she'll correct that. And this week we'll talk about different things from, activism, from spiritual healing, to dog lovers, to poetry, to writing, to writer's block, different things like that. And I enjoy having different people on who are also creative artists, because we can kind of get the same we kind of go through the same thing, whether it's writer's block, whether it's trying to figure out, how to content create, or trying to figure out our next inspiration. Because I know for me, when I'm creating some of my songs, I get a little stagnant when I'm working without any break in between. So for me, it's always good to bounce ideas off of people, because I feel like we're going through the same thing. We have the same struggles, but at the same time, we can kind of like figure out a way to work together and kind of build something great. So she will be joining us in a little bit, in a little few. Sorry about that. The one thing I don't really like too much on Instagram is anything that comes on your phone, whether it's like an alarm or a message. Everything just messes it up, and I'm trying to like figure things out, because like I've mentioned before, it's just me doing this. It's just my phone and my computer. It's not like I have like a whole studio with things like that. So I'm technically just like struggling with just me, myself, and I. But it's the beauty of it, because when I started doing the podcasts live, I figured, hey, what better way to kind of like push past that boundary than for me to just doing it through the voice. Because before, I wasn't doing this show live. I was just doing the audio version. But I wanted to step out of that comfort zone and kind of get to where I can be like, okay, yeah, I can do interviews, or I can host a show and things like that. So I talked enough, as I normally do. So I'm going to see if this works, because I'm still new to doing these lives. I don't exit out. Did it work? It worked. Okay, good. How you doing?
How's it going? Good, beautiful.
Oh, thank you. So are you. Sorry it took so long. I was saying in the beginning that my Instagram was not loading. Every time I would click go live, it would just freeze, and it kept exiting.
Oh,
So I kind of had to like restart the phone. So I apologize about that.
no, that's fine. That sounds typically Instagram. Like anytime I've done anything with Instagram, it backfires.
Exactly. So I apologize. I'm usually not this late with things.
No.
But I gave a little intro. So if you want, you can, say who you are, where you're from, a little bit about you. I gave a little bit, but I didn't want to steal this show from you. So.
It's okay. This is a shared show. But I would say, my name is Arson the Poet. I'm a spoken word artist from New Jersey. I'm also a published author. As of like 6 months ago. Oh wait, hold on. 7 months ago? Yeah. So it's kind of nuts. So yeah. I don't know what else.
No, that's perfect. So where can we find your book? Is it audio or is it paperback?
It's paperback. Actually, I have it, but it doesn't come with all these post-it notes. I swear
Okay.
it's much neater than this. It's just this part. It's called Introspectrum. And
Nice.
you could, there's a link in my bio at r.sen_the_poet, or as of next couple weeks, I should be having like physical copies. So if you guys want to DM me, I can also send you one, but you'd have to
Nice.
talk about
Well,
it.
that's pretty cool. So what made you decide to write this book? Well, what kind of book is it? I should start off with saying.
Okay, cool. So it's kind of like a very different side of me. Like most of my spoken word pieces are very like activist
Yeah,
driven,
very strong.
like you've heard them. Yeah. So, and this is not at all like that. This is very much in the feels.
Mm,
Um, it was like something I actually always started poetry. I started writing poetry just to like get things off my chest because I'm
mm,
pretty bad at expressing myself otherwise, to be honest. It's just really ironic that I'm a poet and I can't do that. But so this book came about after like I was in a 2.5 year I realize now it's abusive. I didn't realize at the time it was abusive.
mm.
2.5 year abusive relationship, and it was just like all the rage and all the healing I did throughout it, like, and deciding to leave it. So this book is that in all
Okay.
its forms.
No, that's great. So I definitely will. So I can purchase it now, or I gotta wait till next week? Because I definitely want
Oh, you could purchase it now online, but like I could just also give it to you physically.
to. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because I also wrote a book. It's completely not as powerful as yours. Mine's kind of like a whole different scale, but that's neither here nor there. But I think that's pretty cool that I finally found another author because it's hard. I never thought that I would actually be able to do that, but COVID kind of gave me the flexibility to do it. So,
I know. I'm like, it's still like very surreal to me. I forget. Like, I'm surprised I actually remembered to plug the book. Like, it's like that kind of like surreal. But like, I went. So I like put this in randomly to a publisher, and they liked it. I was like, what? Okay, so now I'm like an actual author. What do I do? So
no,
that's crazy.
great. So, have you always wanted to, like, I know you do poetry, but always wanted to kind of like, could you see yourself getting into writing more books? Or this kind of was just like I needed to let this release out type of thing, type of book?
Now that I've done it, I'd probably do it again.
Yeah.
You know? But it was never something that like I mean, to be honest, this whole poetry thing and how like I've been really blessed that people are receiving it really well. That I never really thought that this was gonna be a thing. I didn't share even a piece of poetry that I wrote. I've been writing since 16. I'm like 36 now, so I'm old as hell. But
Don't say
but I didn't share anything until like the week before shutdown last year. I randomly went to an open mic at this place called Omi's, which is like my favorite coffee shop ever. And yeah, and then since then it's just been like virtuals, and now it's back in person again. It's been like a whole whirlwind of like awesomeness and yeah.
So how is that? Like, I always ask, like, because I'm painfully shy. So even doing this is like great because I'm getting out of my comfort zone. But
I
when you
get it.
do when you do your poetry on stage, like, how is it? Like in the beginning, were you always nervous or kind of just like fell into it type of thing?
Oh, I wish I fell into it. I am like I am also incredibly shy. I'm better now that I've done like several performances, but in the beginning, like
Really?
first of all, yeah, exactly. First of all, I have like security issues, so I'm like, what if everybody hates it and I get booed? Like that was like the whole thing that went in my head the whole time.
Yeah.
Even though it was like a 3-line poem that I shared in the end. But I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get booed. What am I even doing? And then like I still get nervous, but I'm a lot less nervous than I used to be.
Yeah.
But every time it's like the same thing. It's like, what am I even doing? What am I even doing?
I mean, I can imagine once you're up there, you kind of like mellow out because your
Yeah.
poems are they long or are they always 3 lines or depends on
Oh,
which one?
most of like the ones that I perform, they're long. They're like 4 minutes, four
Okay.
minutes long. So about 2 minutes in, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm halfway through. Okay, I can handle this. It's good. I got this. But yeah, but yeah. And now it's just like now I just like go. I'm really, really like reliant on like people's energy. So like if the audience is reacting, then I'm like, yes, give me the energy. If people are like not blank staring me, that's it. I'm nervous for the whole time.
So how did you come across like these open mics? Like I know I've been to a few, and I've seen different artists on there, but I always feel bad because I feel like when it gets to like the poetry, or when it gets to like somebody doing like a acoustic acapella, people are talking and not paying attention. Like I always feel bad because I'm like, it takes a lot to get on stage, at least for me, in my opinion.
Yeah,
You just
I
put
agree. I
yourself out
agree.
there.
Sorry, what were you saying?
So I have to put yourself out there in that 2-3 minute time slot. I don't know. I just feel like everybody's looking at me like, what if I like forget the words, or I like mix up a line or something? That's just the thoughts that I'm thinking over and over again. So
I understand it. I understand. Ah, yes, billion bars. Yeah, that's actually that's one. But like, yeah, I like the first one I heard about is just because like I happened to be going to Omi's for a coffee, and I was like, they were like, so you're coming to the open mic, right? And I'm like, I don't have any talent to share. They were like, don't you write poetry? Oh yeah, I could do that, I guess. Sort of thing. And then like throughout what the heck was I trying to say? Throughout quarantine, like there was a guy named Poetic Boy D. He's actually like an amazing spoken word artist, like,
yeah,
crazy good. And he used to have like lives every day. So I started doing his lives, and then I found out about more lives, and I kept doing it virtually. And then eventually, like, I connected to people who are like in the Jersey area, and they're like, hey, we have an open mic, and that's how that happened. And now we're here. So
so do you prefer the virtual open mics, or do you like being on stage in person type of thing?
Honestly, like, I never thought I would say this, but I kind of like being in front of people more than virtual.
I figured you would say that. Yeah.
Cause like I was saying, like I'm super like energy based. I need to like be able to read the people, and like virtually people could just be like, whatever,
True.
another person speaking, whatever. True. But if I'm like live, I can scream at people. They have to listen. That's what I say. I'm like, I just shout at people, then they have to listen.
I was just, okay, that makes sense, because I feel like, because we got comfortable being home and doing everything virtually, so I feel like life without Zooms all day would just be kind of weird. Like trying to somehow go back to normalcy. I don't know if that's like a thing. Like, will we ever get back to normalcy? Like, what is that in this world? I don't know.
Yeah, and now I feel like that not to like, please don't unfollow me and hate me after this, but I just sense another shutdown coming like real soon.
You're like the third person to say that, but I feel like, could we like really stand for another shutdown? Like, I mean, I know
feel like people will go,
but could we deal
there
with
will
it
be
again?
Oh no, there will be protests, like things will be on fire, there will be riots, but
okay, so are you vaccinated, if that's okay with me asking?
Yeah, I am vaccinated, and I don't know. I mean, honestly, now that I'm seeing that people are still, getting sick from it, and a lot of people actually personally have gotten COVID even after being vaccinated. I don't know that it was effective, but to me, like, I live with my parents who are much older, so
yeah, same here. So I got to be like cautious with them.
Yeah,
which makes
whatever
sense.
it takes, right, to protect them.
It was kind of a little bit tedious in the beginning of COVID, because I used to work in retail, so I had to leave retail because I loved them. But now I kind of get it. I'm like, it's not really worth putting them at risk for me just to do nothing, like just to be outside. Like, I can wait, it's fine.
Right.
I didn't get it in the beginning. Now I get it. I'm like, okay, well, this is not as important as their health and safety. Obviously, that makes sense, but leaving my job, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, that's like too much. It's a lot of, it must be stressful.
Yeah, but I was able to do the book. I was able to really focus on the podcast and my music. I wouldn't be able to do that if I was still in retail, because you know how retail is. You're in hours a day.
I used to work in retail. What do you mean, girl?
It's no weekends off. Holidays, everything. It's just...
Yep. Nothing. No days. Nothing. Exactly. No time to breathe.
Exactly. So do you think during COVID, has it given you more flexibility to focus on the creative side? Or is it still just kind of like it's there, but not like there, if that makes sense? Like, I had time to do all this stuff versus I'll do it later, or I'll do it, over the weekend.
Yeah, no, quarantine, I use it as my time to shine because like before that I wasn't sharing my poetry at all.
No.
Like at all. And then like I wrote like a damn book during quarantine.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. I
Exactly.
was like, okay, how do I get rid of like this excess anxiety and energy I have? And I was like, oh, I know. I could just do the thing that I've been doing in secrecy in more public.
So,
That's
what kind of like fueled the fire, so to speak, of your activism? Ooh, can't talk. There we go. Like, what
you're fine.
piqued piqued your interest with that
I've
topic?
always just like wanted to do more than like just exist. Like I know that sounds weird and that
No,
probably sounds weird.
no.
Like sounds I don't know how to explain it. Like I've seen and personally I've been through some traumatic experiences that wanted me to like do something and change policies and change the world and be involved as much as I can. And like I've always just wanted to like the one question I have in life, I don't know how to. I'm like stumbling because I don't know how to
It's
explain it
okay.
properly.
It's okay. It's okay.
But like the one question, like in business school, that probably the only thing I learned in business school, 100 grand for this question, is what is your legacy?
Yes, building a legacy, leaving a legacy. I've asked that too.
And like I was like, dude, I gotta like do something. And by legacy, I didn't not my legacy. It's just like I want. Why is Orange Theory calling me? Calm down. Okay, sorry. So I always wanted to like do something. So ever since I was a child, when I was a child and I went to India, the first thing that I remember like clicked in my head, like I need to do something to do better in the world, is I saw this young mother at a baby on her back going through the garbage can,
Mm.
like a landfill garbage can wheelbarrow thing that was by my grandmother's house and looking for food for their baby. And I'm like, no person should ever live like that. So I went out and gave them like cookies because
Oh,
I was like 8. I don't know what the heck. so,
that was
so that's
sweet
like,
though. That was really nice. See,
yeah. And
people
so
like
since
you, we need to actually to start doing something versus just saying they're going to do it and then not do
yeah.
anything about it. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but I think a little steps here and there kind of helps. Probably made their day with the cookies.
Oh, I mean, like I was like, I wish I could give more. I mean, and I was like, I'm 8, like here, have my cookies, like But like, and so since then, I've always like been involved in UNICEF, been involved in like in the community. I always go and volunteer at like food banks and stuff like
Mhm.
that because I just think it's important that like everyone has, especially kids, have the
Yeah.
right to live like humans. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like as any other kid, every kid should have an equal livelihood.
But
So that's my goal in life, is to give every kid an equal livelihood.
the basics, right? You would think that would be the
Yeah,
basics, especially during this.
right.
Because I know my mom was saying she felt that people should come out of COVID with better hearts, with bigger hearts. And I feel like I wish that was the case, but I feel like we've just gone nowhere with people's what's the word, personalities. Like people are just so angry and so mean. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like what happened? Like who hurt you? I need to know.
I know.
But
I was like, wow, like all this did. I feel like before I always like personally, I always find that humans are like, I've always been like humans are good people in general. Like everyone in the core is a good person, but
yeah,
I don't know lately.
a lot has been like thrown at us. This
Yeah, people have been definitely changing my mind a little bit.
yeah, and I'm like, but why? So I don't know. I just hope people can kind of get some sort of grasp on this because I feel like we're not going anywhere forward, especially with
Yeah.
these masks, which I don't mind wearing. They are annoying, but I mean, if it saves somebody else and myself, then that's fine. But
Yeah, it's like almost like the masks are a symbol, right? It's like the masks
yeah,
are symbol of like all of our anger, frustration in life, and like you
yeah,
need to take it down to like.
I know, I know. I don't know. Are you big on politics, or you just kind of just stay out of the
I
news?
I I'm like very passionate about Trump in general,
Well,
but yeah, I won't say anything else. But yeah,
no, it's okay. You can freely speak your mind.
but like yeah, I was like I had opened a Twitter account literally just to argue with him, and
Really?
because I don't know what else, I didn't know what else to do. I became the angry person when he was the president, but other than that, I don't really. Yeah, I was like every time he said something, like you don't. So I was like,
I feel like it's gonna sound crazy, but I feel like, okay, so do you feel like Biden is actually doing something
I
different?
mean, to be honest, I had a lot more hope in him than he's showing
Yeah.
at the moment. But I do think he's doing better than what we came out of. So I don't know if that's a good bar or not, but it's
I mean, I know anybody was better than him. I just feel like I know he has so much work to unravel that Trump left, but I just feel like, is he doing anything in the past 6 months? Maybe he is. I don't know. I just feel
yeah.
like,
I mean, I haven't seen anything super monumental where I was like, oh yeah, that there's nothing that has been like, oh yeah, now I definitely see why I was hopeful about it. But
yeah.
we'll
Hopefully
see.
something. I'm right. Hopefully something. I just feel like anything's better than what we have. I just feel like I don't want to go through another lockdown. I can't deal with nothing.
Yeah, I know that's like the big anxiety at the moment. But like, it also doesn't help that people are like not doing the responsible thing. And I don't know if this is like, I don't know. There's a lot of I get why people are anti the
Yeah.
vaccine too, but like it's like if this helps prevent us from getting into another shutdown, maybe like consider it, give it a good consider, think about it. And like
Yeah.
also there are people who are like scared to go get tested, but they'll have the symptoms and they're going out in public too, and they're being irresponsible about it. And
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Now I feel really bad for the teachers that have to deal with this. Was it next week? This week? I don't know when school starts, but the teachers dealing with that. So I pray that we kind of get it together. I don't know,
yeah.
probably not, but I just put it out there in the aura. So
I feel like we're all just kind of like, what is this?
like, what happened and why, right?
Yeah, why is this even happening? How do we deal with it? And everyone's just kind of working in panic mode. And like, and as a whole, as a collective, we're also traumatized. We're just working like on our trauma responses at the moment to try to figure out what to do with our
I
lives.
don't get it. I don't get it. I feel like, because for me, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get the vaccine because I want to wait to see the effects. And then we got it as
Right.
soon as it was available. My aunt, she's a nurse, so we were able to get in and get it. But I feel like, should I have waited? I don't know. I'm one of those, like,
I
I
know what you
give it
mean.
some more time. Did you wait? Like, because when did we get ours? April? May?
Yeah.
April and
I
May.
got mine in February,
Oh,
so I did not wait.
oh, you didn't
I
wait.
should have.
Okay, you just wanted to get it and get it done with. That makes sense. No, I get it.
Yeah, I should have waited though because yeah, I'm kind of in the same like space as you are. I'm like I wonder if it was
Was
maybe
working.
not.
What is
Yeah,
it really working? That's the thing, because it came out way too fast.
it really did.
I don't know.
It was interesting,
I
and
don't.
now it's like now only the Pfizer vaccine got FDA approved, and that too, it's like questionable. Let's go there.
I don't get it. But that's neither
Yeah,
here nor there, because I can talk about that all night. But I get enough of that at home because we keep seeing it on all day, so I'm like tired of it. But they got.
yeah, I hear you.
But so just to backtrack a little bit, I know you gave like a little intro of you, what you're about, and things like that. So, anything else we should know about you? Because I put some stuff down in my description, but I don't want to like spill all the tea. I have you here
All
to
the tea. Let me see. Tea wise, tea wise. I mean, like you guys now know the poetry stuff about me. I also have a really adorable dog who I always post on my Instagram. So that's there. And also, I'm starting like since we're talking about the activism, I have a nonprofit called Sudara, but it's kind of been like dead on the ice for a little bit. But I am trying to revive it, so that should be coming.
What is
Yeah.
a nonprofit about? What is a nonprofit?
So so Sudara has like two sections. One is the women. There's a women's empowerment section, which I'm trying to make an online virtual space, safe space for women who want to speak about whatever issues that they would like to, without like having to be worried about like being like judged or being put in an unsafe space because we have a lot of things to talk about,
We
right?
do. Always talking.
Yeah, yeah, and it's important to like be able to get it out.
Mm.
Why do these random things keep popping up? Sorry, that's why I'm like
It's
distracted.
okay. Mine
Why
does
is it
too.
all?
That's why I keep like doing that. I'm like, go away. I don't get it. Every time I'm on here, it's always something popping up. It's
Yeah, I'm like, dude, like, relax, okay. And then the other part is I'm actually trying to. So it's actually for like I'm Indian, by my roots are in India. So the other part is actually I'm trying to build schools and orphanages in India so that orphans in India get a chance to get an education system, because a lot of the time what's been happening is like you'll find orphans not being able to go to school there, and then they start working for like minimum wage to low wage in like more wealthier households, like cleaning houses instead. But they could actually be like, you know, a future author or a future president. And so I want to give them like the resources to be able to find out what they're about, you know.
Okay, so when is this evolving? When can we see? When can we do stuff? Is it like out there in the world, or is it still in the stages, the beginning stages?
I mean, it technically is launched, but I need to redo everything about it because I have not been giving it the attention it deserves for the past few years. I went to business school, and then I was like, you know what? And I put it on the like pause. And I think, and probably by next year, I'm gonna relaunch it and get like a new board on and everything, and then I'll be able to promote it more. But that was the tea. You were the first person to know about it.
Okay, I got to hear it. No,
I know my tea is so exciting. Wow.
No, that's really great. So what did you study in business school? Just regular business administration, or a level?
I did business strategy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's very cool. Yeah, it's very cool. Like, especially the startup companies is very cool to use, but like in more established companies,
no,
it's a little boring.
I feel like you have like a business degree. Isn't that kind of like you're set, the basis, you got everything? It's a safe degree, right? No, did they lie to me? I guess they lied. Okay.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I mean, knock on wood, like God bless me with a job, so at least I have a job that pays bills.
So what is it that you do at your job?
And I'm actually a business strategist, but I'm a business strategist for like a 40-year-old company, so a 40-year-old small business. So it's like, you know, it's fun to look at numbers. I get to look at numbers and be like, here's what you should do, and they go, oh, you're so young, and a girl, young little girl. That's all I get.
So is this like a means to the end job? Because I know you want to do more the creative side, or do you actually enjoy doing, you know, what you do at work? Like job
I mean,
type of thing? I
like the people who I work with. I don't, and actually I like my job as a concept, but I would, if I could, ideally in an ideal world, stop doing that and like pay my bills doing poetry. I would love that.
Same.
Just like hang with my dog all day and just write poetry. Like, come on, that's amazing.
Would. Especially do two things that you love, right?
Yeah.
Two things that you love. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I told my mom this the other day, and she was kind of shaking her head. She's like, wow, real ambitious of you. But I'm like, look, think about this. I could just be at home, right? And I would only leave to go do like volunteer activities, and I would just sit at home and write all day with the dog in my lap. It's a great life. It's a great life. She was like, good, very good. I'm glad this is where it's come to.
So why didn't you think of writing, like, like writing not another book, but like, what is it, poetry? I feel like I'm not getting words out, but like, what is those books that has poems in it? Why can't I think of what it's called? Is it just a poem book?
A poetry book?
Not even thinking right now. I don't know what's happening.
No, you're fine.
With my brain cells. You know, like when you, like kind of like a Robert Frost type of book. You know, he writes the different
Oh,
books.
like a collection?
Is it that? I don't know.
I just call them poetry books, honestly.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Poetry books. Have you thought about doing that? And writing
I haven't.
Like that?
Ooh, that is a good idea. I hadn't really thought about that. Like, for instance, like introspection is actually technically, it's kind of a story written with a bunch of poems, right?
Yeah.
And I like that idea, although a collection of poems of mine, oh, that could be a good thing.
You know, because I'm sure you have like what? A bunch of different ones, right?
Yeah, if I could find my high school ones, some of them are like, I could like write a book just for like letters to my teenage self, and like take those poems and then write like an opposite poem responding to them, and that was
like something like that. Like,
can you just think of something like an idea?
Like, I have this. My mom gave this to me for my birthday. It's called She Inspires. I don't know if you can see it, but each page has like a little quote or a little poem in it. Wait, if I can find one, that would be great. Yeah, like a little thing, and it's not that big.
Oh,
like this
that's cool.
So something.
Oh,
like
that's really cool. Oh, maybe
like
I should do that.
Inspires.
Oh, snap.
like that, little small little square type of thing. And that could be
That's a good idea.
something new, something different. And it's not like a lot of words, so it's not like somebody just reading like a book, but it's just like little, maybe two or three lines type of thing.
Ooh, this is
Since
a
you
good
have so
idea.
much, since you have so much work, might as well have people see it. Other people see it, right?
Yeah, you know what? You're right. But that's a great idea. We should collab. Like after really like collab, we should collab.
I would love to. Okay, so my thing, I used to love to write poetry because, like I said, I was shy. So my only way of really speaking was on the paper. But I'm
Yeah.
not one of those can be like, okay, go on stage and say something poetic. I would just be standing there. But I can do my poetry through music. That's kind of how I do it versus talking and you staring at me. I'm like in the background playing music. Like that's what I would do. Like if you were doing the poetry, I'll be in the back playing my saxophone. That's what I would do. Seriously.
Nice.
Seriously.
But hey, at least you're able to like find like the channel you need to like get out probably important things, you know, like everyone has an important message. I'm glad you found like the channel to get out your important message and people are receiving it, hearing it, you know.
Thank you. I'm trying. It was complicated because I never knew how to read music, so I taught myself how to read music. So with the saxophone, I used to just play by ear, and it's a fun instrument. I used to play the trumpet. I gave up because I didn't understand it. How is this instrument so complicated and has 3 little buttons? And then I moved to the sax, and then I just love it. It's a very sassy, sexy instrument. More soulful for me.
I love the sax. I wish I could play. I tried to play flute in high school. You know how that like band?
Same,
Because
same.
I was told that if you can play the piano, you can play the flute, kind of. I believe I was lied to.
They did.
I was definitely lied to.
I can play the piano a little bit, and I don't know how to play the flute. What is it? I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've been playing the piano since I was like 8, so I can play the piano pretty fluently. Yeah. But like obviously not playing recently because hello, these nails aren't playing anything.
Yes.
but yeah, so in band they were like, oh, you should do the flute if you were doing the piano. It should be easy to pick up. And I was like, am I dumb? Like I don't get this. I don't understand how this works.
So can you read music? Is that how you have to play? Can you read music, or you just play by ear as well?
I used to be able to read it, and now I don't know that I can read it anymore. I think I forgot. Like
it's
I could
complicated. It's hard. Yeah. It doesn't look easy. It's really not easy. Now there's a or the guitar or the recorder I played. I tried every instrument and just played and played and played. I don't know. The sax is kind of the only one that still, resonates with me. And you can play it to whatever, I feel like. It can go to whatever thing. But we should do that. One of your poems, one of these days, I'll just be in the background.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down. Look at us. Oh, we have like all these projects. I'm excited.
Oh, also another thing too. Have you thought about doing like a website, like putting your poetry on a website?
I have a website coming up. I actually work with Joe, who I saw sign in. But
yeah, I think he was there a minute ago. So he's helping me. Yeah, that was great. He's helped me with my stuff as well too. Website,
he's awesome.
The branding and things like that. I was like, how do you know all these things? I never would have given Instagram like a second thought with all these like algorithms and things that he was saying. I'm like, who would have thought of all this stuff? But
just a genius, that's all.
I can't. Oh, and he said he taught himself how to play piano like J. Cole's intros. I love J. Cole. Like anything that he drops is worth me listening to. Him and Drake are like my 2 go-tos. I
love Drake and J. Cole too. Yeah.
Yes. Drake,
I just like everything.
That's really it. Those 3.
Nice.
3.
Those are good choices. I like it.
It really is. I mean, I have other genres, but the 3 of them. But Drake being
my top is Drake.
Huh? Yeah.
My top is Drake.
Yeah, but Drake be on my nerves because he be making me feel things. I'm like, I don't want to feel right now. So I'm like, I just wanted to like bug out, not get in my things in my bag. And it never fails. Drunk, sober, not whatever. It never fails. You did.
I like it. Why are you thinking that?
He really does. I don't know how he does that. Every song makes you think or overthink, and then you're texting an ex by the end of the night. Like I don't understand how how he does that. Every single song. I don't get it. How does somebody have that power over me? Like, I don't even know you. I would like to, but I don't. No.
I was like, yeah, me too. I would like to know him too.
He actually still, I think, even after all his shenanigans, he's still attractive. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, now that he got all, bulky and stuff like that, but
he looks like so good. But yeah.
No, but I loved him since he was on Degrassi. You were a fan of him since Degrassi. The true.
I didn't watch Degrassi, but
that was
I know
the best, the original, not that new mess they had, but the original was the best. That was like my life in middle school. Literally, this is what I
remember. Like I interned at MTV around that time, and when I think Degrassi. I don't know if Degrassi was around the same time One Tree Hill was, but like one of those.
Yeah.
One of those were on.
One Tree Hill was a good show. A Smallville was also a good show too.
Yeah, and I remember I didn't okay, so this is how you know I'm from a super Indian family. Our TV was locked until the parents came home, so we would do our homework.
Wow.
So
different. Okay.
Yeah, it was fun, and also there was a time when our calculators were taken away, so we can learn how to do math and in our head. So yeah, Indian families are fun sometimes.
I have that system too, and I still can't do math in my head. I don't understand. I'm like, don't ask me anything. I don't know.
I'm the person who when we go out, they're like, Rohana, can you tell us what the tip is, or I should say Arson. Yeah, whatever. Rohana, same person. But I'm the one who's mentally yeah, it's this much. I can do it. Yeah, real quick.
And you need to teach me how to do that because I can't. Just the time it takes, the numbers, and people looking at you like you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, I can't. Just give me a paper or my phone. I don't know.
Oh man, yeah. Kind of I'm grateful now, but when they used to take away our graphing calculators and be like, you do this on your own, on paper. I'm like, dude, why? Why you do this?
Oh my gosh. I had a question in my head when you were talking and I smooth forgot about it. So we have, spiritual. I remember you told me that you were a spiritual healer, right? So what does that entail? You say that.
Yeah, so I'm actually, I have my Reiki master certification. It's not something that I practice openly, but I got it after, I felt spirituality after trauma, which I feel like a lot of people say that, and I feel like that's the common way that people are oh, okay, I figured out how to find, we are always looking for peace, right? But once you, I'll be open about it, I was assaulted, so that was, sorry to trigger any, trigger.
It's okay.
But yeah, so that actually, in a way, this is going to sound weird, but I'm kind of in a way grateful something like that happened because it allowed me to grow. And part of that growth was finding a way to connect to peace, which is something that I didn't know or value a lot. Yeah. And that's when I became a spiritual healer. And first it started with yoga classes, right? Just to zen out. Then in yoga class, one of the teachers started doing Reiki, and I was like, what is this? Why does this feel so good? She was just, all she was doing was holding, I guess just transmitting energy to her, on my head. She was barely even touching me, and I'm like,
wow.
Why does this feel good? And now I want to know more about it because obviously I'm inquisitive. So I was like, I need to start taking a course, and then I started taking courses, and then I got a certification. And now anytime I'm feeling kind of weird about something, I'll do Reiki.
That's great. So wait, so what is it? Are you lying down on a yoga mat and they're doing it? Is that how it goes when they're walking on
type
of thing?
Oh, I thought I was gonna burp. Sorry.
Oh, no, I thought you were sneezing. I'm sorry.
No, I was like, oh no, don't burp on live. That's, I was like, oh, yeah. I should have just said sneeze. Yeah, I was gonna sneeze. But yeah, so it is some people do it on a yoga mat. I like to do it on a bed. I just lay down and then as people breathe. I do it to my mom sometimes because she has knee in pain that we really can't figure out what it is from, and she gets actually relief from Reiki somehow. I to this point I mean I sound horrible in the way I'm describing it because I don't really practice it that much, but I do practice it with family and friends. I'll do it for them, and basically it's exchanging energy. So anytime I have to think positively, be the pain is gone, and I'm affirming it with the energy that I'm sending out to her, and as she's breathing in and out, that like energy. I think it's a real thing. I might be crazy, but I think it's a real thing where like energies are interchangeable. So whatever energy you put out, the other person will receive when you put it out. So like Deepak Chopra had like a kind of scientific way of putting it, where he said all we are really, everybody collectively, is just atoms, right? And these atoms are continuously like revolving around each other, and so we're continuously exchanging atoms with other people. So you want to be careful what kind of energy and vibe you're putting out to other people, because people, it's contagious, right? Like if you're in a room with a miserable person, you're gonna feel miserable at some point, right? You get drained by it.
Yeah.
And like I see it every day. Like I think maybe it's because I'm also empathic. I like if I'm in a room and someone is like giving me a weird vibe, I'll be like, okay, gotta go now.
So you're big on like energy and like auras and vibes, right? When you're around.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, so can you feel it, or kind of feel it, like if you're like texting somebody? Because I'm weird like that. Like, I guess I'm really overthinker or inquisitive. Like if we're texting and like all of a sudden you're texting differently, it's like, well, what happened? And people are like, no, I'm fine. We're like, well, wait, but what happened from like 5 minutes ago is from now? And some people say you can't really tell through a text, but I feel like you can if you know the person, or you
me too. I do that too. And then like I recently got like into a huge fight with someone, kind of for like, because I was like, how are you? And the person like was like, good. I'm like, are you mad? Because like the person used to not be like good all the time, and I got like, it's like a huge fight, actually kind of very dramatic type of thing going on. But so yeah, I definitely know what you mean, and I'm like, all right, I'll back off. What do you mean you're backing off? I didn't ask you to back off. Why are you backing off?
You can't.
Sorry.
You can't.
Yeah, it's like, obviously you want space. I don't know what you want to do.
And that's the thing. It's like, what's the level of giving somebody space versus, you know, having them feel like you're like not trying to be there for them. So I try to like feel the energy or feel how they're feeling before I be like, okay, I'm gonna let you go. Because I'm one of those who keeps pushing and pushing and pushing until you finally say, all right, just leave me alone. And then I'm like, okay, now I know you're okay, I'll leave now. But up until then, I'm gonna just keep bothering you until you tell me, you know, what's going on. Because I'm trying to help in a way.
Right.
They may not believe.
I've always been told, like, like you hear it in school all the time, where it's like, if someone is not feeling right, like, you know, just make sure you be there with them. And maybe, I think it's a Leo thing, honestly, because we're really there for people, maybe a little bit too much.
Yes, I second that motion. Yes, I don't understand.
I feel like we, like every Leo I've spoken to has the same issue. Like we're always just like, okay, that we don't know, like if what is too much, and also no one is ever telling you like this is the boundary. Stop. This is where you stop.
Right. And I feel like our hearts are just so big. We're just giving, and then people say Leos are crazy and loud. I'm nothing like my sign besides having a big heart. Everything else, I'm not. I'm not yelling. I'm not screaming. I'm not, you know, extra demanding, controlling.
I don't think I am either. I mean, I'm pretty loud.
I try not to yell. I don't even think I've yelled before because I don't like confrontation. I don't like I don't like your voice getting to a level that I don't feel comfortable with. Like I can hear the tones. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So I won't.
And fights and stuff like that. In fights and stuff like that, I will speak calmly, but it will be. I can sting people with what I say sometimes, and I'm working on that. But like
same here. I know how to do it, and sometimes I do it on purpose, but other times I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like, my bad, that was too far. Like I'll be like in the argument, like I'm still mad at you, but I'm sorry. Like
exactly, yelling. You know, I care about you, but you know. I will say you're almost as fidgety as I am, but you can't see because my hands are down here. Because I used to do my hair. Every few minutes, I would take it up, put it down, take it up, put it down. But it's just because I need something to do with my hands. So my hands are like twitching down here.
I can't decide because my hair's like in between the clean and greasy phase. So I'm like, ew, does it look really bad down? Like,
no, I hate that phase, that weird phase. You don't know what to do with your hair with.
So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to try to do that now that it's been pointed out. Damn it, I did it again. I just did it as I'm styling you. Okay.
It's okay. I wasn't saying that to be mean. It's just I noticed that I do the same thing too. Because I need I can't just sit still. It's the weirdest. I don't know where it came from. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, me too. And I don't know if it's like this is how I cope with anxiety. I don't feel nervous, or maybe I do and I don't realize.
And don't know. Maybe like you feel it but don't really know. type of thing.
Maybe I'm just always nervous.
No, don't say that. Don't put that out there. I think because I've been doing this for a while, I'm still nervous, but I feel like if I don't talk as much, you can't really tell. Like back when I was just doing them by myself, I was always talking. But it's nice to have somebody else so they can, give off the same energy, so I can just be like, all right, let me just chill for a minute. I'm not a talkative person. I like to just to listen or people watch. I'm not like the center of attention. I don't like it.
Oh.
Weird. I don't like it.
I know what you mean though. Like I'm usually the person it's weird because like I will be like talkative and I will once I'm like comfortable or like if I'm like we're just hanging like now. Yeah. But like if I'm somewhere, someone has to say hi to me first. I'm usually not the person to be like, hey.
I'm like in the shadows. Like you see me. Like if we lock eyes, I know you saw me. So like, why didn't you say anything? I'm like that. I'm really petty. But then I could be like, they'll be like, well, why didn't you say anything? I'm like, well, you saw me first. So
I'm like, or I'll text later and be like, hi, by the way.
Exactly. Like you saw me 2 hours ago and didn't say anything. You didn't say anything either. Well, here we are. So I don't know what to tell you. I be petty sometimes. So okay, I have a little Leo in that aspect because Leo's are mad petty. I'm so petty.
I don't think I have the petty. I mean, I do a little bit.
But like, teeny bit. And the guy Leos are the worst pettiness and drama. I don't know. Guy Leos and Scorpio men are so
Ooh, Scorpio men.
They're and the women are crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know what? Like some of my best female friends are Scorpios. I will say they're very interesting. I love them.
That's the good word. They're interesting. You're interesting.
I love them dearly, but sometimes I'm like, girl, what?
It don't make no sense to be that crazy. But I mean, I respect because I guess I try to get along with all the signs, but the Scorpio men get on my nerves, and the Scorpio women are just whatever. But like Aquarius, I feel like I never have a problem with them.
Yeah, and we're supposed to apparently be like clashing, and I love Aquarians. I love Aquarians. Yeah, they're cool.
Now, Gemini females are another situation. But that's okay. Because neither here nor there. That's a whole nother conversation. Because I feel like I know everybody. I know all the signs in people, if that makes sense. Like I have a friend or people I know who are, everybody's a different sign. I'm like, all y'all crazy. So that's just what I'm going to say.
Maybe we're just all like collectively crazy.
Yes. Leos are the best sign anyway. So.
Yeah. We're totally sane and I'm not crazy at all. So.
Yes. Believe us as we're telling you these things. Yes.
Exactly. That's right. Sane. Completely.
Oh my gosh. Oh, see, it's so natural talking to you, and I'm never usually this comfortable with people because I don't like people. No. But it's just easier with you. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like we have the same kind of energy. The dog is here, so you might hear him.
He wants to be on the line. Is it a he or she?
It's a he. His name is Soko. Oh. He just came over. He's like, you shall pet me now. Thank you.
So do you have anything in the works? Any new poetry? Any new poems?
I have tons in the work. I'm constantly writing. Like I'm that person who wakes up at 3 o'clock and I'm like, oh, I have an idea, and I'll start writing it.
Yeah.
Just right? I think it's a creative thing.
I was about to say it's a creative mantra. You're just always thinking about something to say or write down or play. So
that's my coffee, and then I'm up. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's start the day. Exactly. But
exactly.
I have some cool workshops coming up on September 18th. I'm doing my first writing workshop. Like I'm actually hosting it and everything with Ambush Effect. So that will be cool.
Nice. So where is it? It's live, or is it in person?
Yeah, it's in person.
In person.
It's in person. Okay. It's gonna be where the hell is it? In Union. It's in Union. At that
cafe.
900. Yeah, the cafe / train.
Yeah. I feel like I've been to so many open mics there. I feel like I'm seeing the same people, which is great. But I'm glad they're doing this again because it sucked when it was shut down before.
Yeah. And that's why I was nervous, and he was like, you can come see the space if you want. I was like, are you sure it's not shut down?
Right. I'm so it's in a train station. I'm like, wait a minute. But no, that's great. So can I put that in the description or shall I wait?
Oh, Please
So
be my guest. I appreciate it. I
September
appreciate it.
18 writing workshop with you and Ambush Effect. Right? Okay.
And it's called Risen, and it's gonna have some meditation beforehand, and then I'm trying to get journals, personalized journals for everybody.
Yeah.
And that would be cool, and we can like have like a little. And you don't even have to be a poet; you just have to be interested in wanting to write something.
Yeah.
And I have prompts for everybody, and just come through and just.
Definitely would love to come to that. So do I have to like write you to get the info, or just show up that day, or?
Oh, I have the info in a flyer. I'm doing it again. I saw it. I have the info in a flyer on my Instagram, but I'll send you the flyer, and then
Yeah.
you can. There's like an Eventbrite link for it,
Yeah.
and we're looking for vendors too. If anybody watching is a vendor and would like to vend.
Yeah, send me the flyer and I'll post that with
Thank you.
the info. But in this episode description, I'll put the event too to like look out for as well.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I was actually talking to Jerry earlier today. He
Oh.
had an event this Sunday. I couldn't go for me to DJ. I just couldn't go because I'm
Oh.
with Emily. But I appreciate him because he always tries to reach out to me. But I told him in the beginning that I wasn't ready to do it yet because of COVID. I'm just still not ready to be. I mean, you're by yourself, but it's still. So even when I went to these events, I would be like in the back, like in the corner, like don't touch me, go away. But I'm like supporting you, but like stay over there. But
yeah, just don't hug me. It's fine.
Because like you said, you don't know. People aren't wearing masks because you can't perform with a mask, and you don't know. Like, so I'll go for like a few people, and then I'll leave. Like tonight, I'm headed to go see. Well, I'm trying to go see. I may not. I'm a little tired, but I may go for a minute to go see. I just try to support because I feel like everybody should support artists when you can.
Yeah.
But be safe too. You know, that's really what it's all about.
By the way, it's like 8:08. If you need
I
to
know,
go.
but we were enjoying the conversation.
I feel bad. I don't want to hold you up, though.
No, I know. I was enjoying this conversation. I was like, because he doesn't go until 9. And he told me where it was. It was in Middlesex. I'm like, I live in Essex County, right? And I feel like an old person when I say that because I feel like I used to be out at all hours of the night back in the day. But now I'm like, it's like 10 o'clock and I'm tired.
And it's also like the middle of the week, so like, calm down.
I mean, I'm not working. I'm not doing anything with my life, clearly. But no, I'm just kidding. Let me not say that. But it is.
I was like, just being a queen, but that's fine.
I mean, it is for me because he sent me the flyer, the one I sent you. I'm like, why are you on at 9? Couldn't you be on like at 7? Like it was a random time. Like I get it, but like. I don't know. I think I'm just getting old. Like 9 o'clock is late. It's late for me to be out on the road. I feel like an old person when I say that. Like, why am I out at 9?
I definitely understand it. Like these events, they go on until like 12 or 1 o'clock, and I'm like, bro.
7 and 12. I'm like, what happened to like the minimum 25 people? What happened to that day? Can we go back to that? So I might.
And then I'm like exhausted for the next day.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's far. It's literally for me. It's 50 minutes away.
Ooh.
It's down in Middlesex, it's by New Brunswick and Piscataway, and I live by like West Orange, Essex County area.
Oh, I'm in Middlesex, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, I mean, like I used to because I love New Brunswick. I love that area, but like now like on a Thursday night, I feel so old. Don't mind me. I remember the days.
No, I understand though.
House, but now
I'm like that's like 20 minutes from me, and I'm still like, that's far.
The event that Joe had in Lodi, I went to support with a friend, but that was 20 minutes, and I was still tired when I got home. It was only 20 minutes away, but I got there like at 7 and then left at 9. I'm getting there at 9 and then coming home. And my parents are weird because they're like, it still is COVID, so they're like, are they vaccinated? Are they wearing masks? I'm like, I don't feel like doing this dance. So there'll be more shows. So if I don't go, I'll let him know. There'll be more shows. It's a lot. It's a travel. It's like 50 minutes both way. And you're not staying for 50 minutes. I'm weird like that.
I know what you mean. No, you make sense though to me. That's why I'm like, yeah.
Parent. I sound like a straight up parent. My mom.
No, the best part is I'm like, yeah.
You're right. Exactly. Not helping, miss. Thank you.
I'm just agree. Like I understand. If it was like more than one person that was performing that I knew, then I would probably stay for like the whole time. I'd go in the beginning of the show and stay for the whole time. Right. That's different. But like if it's just like I love my friend who's performing, one friend, but like yo, you can just like, we'll do catch up later, send me a thing.
Yeah, as I said, send me a flick of it, because you're on like at 9 and the event started at 7. That's not, I feel like I'm making so many excuses, but it's just like, I'm so tired. Like thinking about that drive, I'm like, I don't
That's
want to do it. I want
15
to
minutes is a long,
It
long
is.
drive.
You
That's,
don't think about it when you're like moving, but like if you're already home and you're inside all day and you're leaving like at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
nah. Nah.
I sound like not my normal self, but I think I'm just getting older.
Meanwhile, I'm like, nah, like 9 o'clock is late.
It is, but it's not, but it is. I think because of the drive. If it was like in Lodi, I would go.
Yeah.
But Middlesex.
But it's really like 2 hour drive, 2 hours of driving just for like a 10 minutes that or something like that.
Literally, I think he goes on at 9:08 to 9:14.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, it's not even 10 minutes. Yeah, I feel
I
you.
love him. I do. But baby boy, I can't. It's just I'm tired. I can't. And I feel so bad saying that. But I hope he's not watching this. I'm so sorry. But I'm gonna probably just see him some other time. But I'll see. I might just go, or I might just send him a video saying have a nice time. Send me a video. I might just do that.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to go to that event real bad, like, but there's if I don't have anybody to watch SOUNCLOUD, and SOUNCLOUD has like separation anxiety, and I don't want to come back home to bleeding throw up at like midnight.
Are your parents not home?
No, they went on vacation. They are the party animals, and I am home.
No.
They're on vacation.
How long are they there for your vacation?
They're coming back. They're coming back either Friday or Monday. I can't remember.
Okay, that's nice. Parents should do that. I'm trying to get my parents to go on vacation, yet they don't want to go nowhere. We're always together. Yay. So,
I know the feeling. I was like, go! Have a great time. Goodbye.
yes, that's what I'm trying to get them to do. Because I also have a dog. I have a puggle. And I'm like, oh, I'll watch her. It's fine. Y'all go. They don't. They're still here. So eventually maybe I'll get them to like go for like a weekend. Just like go for a weekend. Give me a break. I know I sound like a parent, but like give me a minute. Like,
I know what you mean, because it can get real a lot.
yeah, especially during COVID and not working. I'm just home all the time, and my dad works from home all the time. My mom's not working.
Oh,
No.
yeah. I understand. Even like for a month, I had to be home working from home, and everyone was working from home, and I was like, gonna pull out my hair.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of it already. So yeah, I know what you mean.
Gosh, I don't get it. But I could talk about that all night. But before I let you go, is there a poem or two that we could hear before you leave?
Yeah, sure. Let me think. So there's really two moods of Arson, right? There's like in my feels Arson, and then there's like go save the world Arson. So I'm thinking I could,
or both.
huh?
You can do both if you like, one of each, or whatever.
Okay, cool. So then I'll do flowers, which is like a mix, and then lioness, which is
Well, I like that.
not a mix. Okay, flowers. Flowers are always associated with delicate beauty, perhaps because of the short time it takes for them to wilt, or the way their petals fall to the ground with such grace after their wilting. But we forget is that flowers bloom too. They endure storms, monsoons fall upon them with unapologetic violence, but they continue to grow and bloom despite this. A lotus blooms through the mud. It sets afloat upon a turbulent swamp. Mudslides pass it by, and yet it still stays rooted. We underestimate the strength and power of a flower, too focused on the end result to take into account what it endures. We are all flowers in bloom, and eventually we will wilt. How we bloom will determine how gracefully our petals fall. Do not underestimate the power of a flower. A bomb causes destruction in a show of momentary power. We fear the bomb's repercussions. A flower will withstand all and quietly fall. We do not fear its silence, yet we remember its effect. We long for its light and pop of color every gloomy winter. The flower's grace in power outshines the bomb. So be a flower. In a room full of bombs, always be a flower. That's that.
I like that one.
Thanks.
I do too. I like
Sorry, I wasn't ducking. I'm just trying to like move this window. Oh, hold on. I was like, thanks.
okay.
Boom. Thank you. Hold on. I got another one. This damn thing. Okay. I'm doing too much. Relax.
You're fine.
And this one is like, okay, this visual actually is going to be an animated visual that I'm going to be posting tomorrow.
Oh, I love anime. Yes. It's amazing.
I love animated stuff too. I found this animator named 𝚑𝚘𝚑𝚑 who she did one other one for me, which is like I did a poem based off American Psycho like last year. So yeah, I can get creepy. I'm creepy.
No, it's a great show. I haven't watched every season. I only watched the one when it was election year, and I stopped because I'm like, this show is dark.
The movie American Psycho with Christian Bale.
That is the best movie alive. Thank you.
Yes.
I've seen it like maybe 10 times. My mom was like, what is wrong with you? I said, life, mother, life.
I love that movie so much. I made a poem about it, and then I got the poem animated.
That's great. Ooh, I can't wait to see that. Can't wait.
I'll send you the link after. I'm just going to spam you with all the things.
No,
okay.
Send it away.
So this is Lioness. I am a woman. You will hear me roar. Just like the lioness, I am built to hunt my prey and feed my pride. You try to silence me. But you forget that even the fact of your very existence is because of the power of a woman. You spread your legs wide, trying to display your dominance, forcing me to have to inconvenience myself by standing, assuming that the message you are sending is that my role is to be subservient to you. You forget that my body is the same body. You forget that my body is the same body that inhibits and brings life to a new body just by spreading my legs wide. One accidental blow in between yours will close them instantaneously. A whole head, body, legs, and arms cut through mine, and still mine don't, and cannot close. So you dare silence my roar. That's irony, since my roar is what nurtures you, supports you, and also allows you to feel like a man when you lay beside me in bed. To the same roar that supports you when you feel inadequate, you dare diminish that. You call my roar a bitch while taking credit for my ideas because you are too inadequate to think on your own. The same roar that graciously allows you to do that while silently commending herself for thinking of the idea, you dare silence that. The same roar whose name you enjoyed moaning in ecstasy, now you call a slut a dumb bitch because she left you after losing her patience with your bullshit after patiently tolerating it for several years. You wish to silence that. Let me just remind you that a lioness cannot be tamed. You can keep making your meek attempts, but I will always roar. A lioness, no matter the distress, will always remain majestic and have grace. We continue to roar, continue to hunt, continue to remain fierce, even when the lion sleeps. The lion tries to outroar the lioness, yet the lioness is the one who gets the hunt. Just like you try and shut down my strong female energy, and yet I still continue to flourish. I am female. I endure. I am female. I prosper. I am female. I will roar. And you will bow. And that's that.
Well, excuse me. I love that one too. I love that one too. Talented. I've peeped your stuff before, but I like that one. I feel like I've heard you speak that one before. Or
probably stuttering, and I've done it before.
I like both of those. It's very, very, very good choices. And how do you write these, and how long does it take you normally to finish one?
It's like weird. Like I'll get like I'll be like thinking for a while. It takes most of the time is thinking about a concept, and then all of a sudden the concept will hit, and then it's just I call it like regurgitation, basically brain regurgitation. It just comes out. And then it's
okay, that's one way to go about it. But all right, whatever works for you.
That's a weird way to describe it, but like it's just like I usually like within before it would take me like an hour to write it, and now I think I can write a poem in 10 minutes once I have an idea of a concept that I want to go on. But like I need to have like at least one line stuck in my head, like, oh, that's a good bar. I could write a poem about that, and then I just start writing.
You just start writing. Oh, I like that. Oh, well, I'm glad we ended with these poems versus me asking the beginning, because I was trying my hardest not to ask throughout the whole episode. I was like, it'd be a nice ending if she does a couple of poems. Oh,
Look at that.
was there anything else you wanted to add before we conclude? Anything else we should know
I
about
just
you or what's coming in the works?
Oh, I really just want to say thank you so much for having me on your platform as I trip on, I don't know what I'm tripping on, but I just want to say thank you so much. Like, it was such a pleasure to actually like sit down and like chat with you. I hope we keep in touch.
Of course, I'm not going anywhere. I told you, I literally don't go anywhere. So yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what I like. Okay. Welcome. Come over.
But I would definitely love to come to your workshop. I'm going to put that in the description, and you can just send me that flyer so I can help promote that as well. And I'm familiar with that area, so that's Union's cool for me too.
That's like the only place where I didn't get to perform yet, and so I'm like, where am I having my workshop? Because yeah, so Jerry was like, dude, calm down, I got you. And I'm like, I know you got me, but I don't know where this is. So I haven't been like saying much, but yeah. So.
Oh goodness. Well, no, I appreciate you coming on. I know with your week, your schedule was, busy with work, adulting, but I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for working with me. Freaking yesterday, I was at work until 10 o'clock.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, I don't miss
Soho was mad.
Yeah.
He was like, you are very late, lady.
Oh my gosh. No, definitely have to stay in touch. Obviously, I probably will text you once this episode is over like a creeper, but that's okay, just so you know. So it's not creepy.
As you should. You can text me anytime you want, honestly. You're always welcome.
Okay. So before you go again, just let everybody know, where to find you and, things like that.
Okay. I mean, really, everything is on my Instagram. My Instagram is 𝚑𝚘𝚋𝚟𝚎_the_poet, and there's also a link tree in my bio where you can like see my visuals, see what I'm up to, buy the book if you want to, whatever you want to do.
I can't believe you wrote a book. I feel like I was the only person to do that. I'm like, well, this is great. This is great.
I can't believe I have a book out either. It's so crazy.
So, like, have you fully read it? Because I feel like after I published mine, I read it one time and that was it. And that was like months ago. So I have not read it since then. So
I mean, they had me read it a lot for the revisions, but then I actually fully read it. I was like, again, going through drama. I'm always going through drama somehow. Recently, I never used to be a drama person, and then recently I met one individual and that person gave me so much drama that I went back and I...
So you usually have a ghost.
Huh?
So if you usually have a ghost, you meet that one person and then your life is like, what happened?
Yeah, and so like I read the book again just like because I was like, hey, this, like, a lot of people have reached out and like, this has really helped me. And I was like, maybe I should read it. So I read it like one time without without it being like my book, just like objective. I love it. I really love it.
I'm happy. Okay, and you said your dog is on your Instagram, so I have to stalk him for a bit, and then maybe.
Yes, and he has his own Instagram too, 𝚑𝚘𝚋𝚜 the Snuggler.
I can. Well, I really appreciate you coming.
I appreciate you.
And spitting that fire that we call poetry, so I appreciate it. And I probably may not go because I just realized I'm tired. I just came to the conclusion that I'm tired because then I gotta get dressed.
You're like, I just realized I'm super tired.
Yes, then I gotta get dressed and put something on my face and then drive and then it's just a little. I don't think I'm gonna make this slot. So I'll just send a video saying I'm sorry, but not sorry. No, just kidding. I'm not gonna say that, but.
It's like I'm there in spirit, and I'm sure you killed it because everyone on that lineup that you showed that I recognize.
Really good. Yeah.
Flame.
I've seen a couple of them. I haven't been to a lot because it's COVID. People kind of like forget about that. But I'm like, the outside ones I can do, but the indoors it's a little tricky. So
it's a little nerve-wracking, yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't comfortable yet, to put myself in a position to see a 2-minute set, So, but we shall see. But I definitely appreciate you. What do you got going?
I appreciate you
for the evening. Are you going to bed? Because that's what you should be doing. But I know you're not.
Well, I'm in my pajamas. I'm gonna be eating pizza and watching TV with a dog and going to sleep.
Okay. A typical comfortable Thursday night for you, right?
Yeah. I'll probably land up doing some kind of poetry. Nah, I probably won't. I'm just I'm lying.
Okay.
I keep saying that. Like in my head, I feel guilty when I take nights off, so I was
No,
like,
you
I have to do
should.
something.
Do a little bit. Do a little poetry.
Yeah, that way at least I'll be able to like be like, no, I didn't slack today on pursuing my dreams, right? Right, right.
Well, I do recommend if you like anime to watch. I've watched Castlevania, Demon Slayer is really good. Yasuke,
Oh,
Dragon's Daughter, Dragon Prince. I've watched so many animes. I can literally just send you my list, and it's just anime, drug lord stuff, El Chapo, and Queen of the South. That's really my list.
oh, El Chapo, what's up? But I don't really watch that. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z back in the
The
day.
classics, the classics.
Yeah, and that's about like but I don't know why I stopped watching anime. Anime is freaking awesome. I don't know why I stopped.
You should check out Big Mouth. It's on Netflix. It's so funny.
Big Mouth, you said?
Yeah. It sounds
Okay.
crazy, but just watch it. You'll fall in love. Big Mouth,
Okay.
Paradise PD, and Brickleberry. Those three. Just check those in.
Okay. Big Mouth. Big Mouth or Big Mouse?
Oh, Mouth, like Big Mouth. Big Mouth.
Oh, okay, Big
Yeah.
Mouth.
Paradise
PD.
PD, yeah, and Brickleberry. Brickleberry is a little older. It may not be on Netflix, but Paradise PD is on Netflix. It's like Family Guy, but they're cops.
Oh,
That's like the best way.
oh, that'd be fun. I like
Yeah,
that. Okay.
it's really funny. Really funny. I've
All
seen
right.
it twice. It's so funny. It's so stupid. It's funny, but literally, it's like Family Guy, but they're just cops. And Brickleberry is like Family Guy, but they're in the woods and they're rangers, like the type of characters and stuff. It's really funny.
Okay. I think I have a plan for the rest of the evening, right, Sylvie?
Just to check it out, because Paradise PD is like a spinoff of Brickleberry, so you'll hear like the same voices and things like that. So it's
Okay.
funny, though. If you like that kind
All
of
right.
humor, I don't know if you like that Family Guy, South Park humor, but it is.
I do Quagmire all the time when people make like kind of like sexual jokes. I'm like, all right. I'm that person.
He's so weird, and his head shape irks my soul, but it's alright. It looks like a toilet seat. I can't stand his head. But anyway, I digress. It does. He's so creepy, and that neighbor who's always like pedophiling Chris, the old man. I can't.
Oh my
stand him.
God.
With those
Ugh.
furs and that robe, like he never changes, and I'm so mad. This show's been on for what, like 20 years, and Stewie is still a baby. Why have you not grown? I don't get it. But that's just me. I'll be analyzing stuff for no reason. So
Oh yeah.
anyway,
Vroom, vroom, vroom. Vroom, vroom as a 12-year-old isn't as exciting.
ew, oh my gosh, I can't. Oh Lord, well, I'm gonna let you go. Enjoy your Thursday. I probably
You too.
will. Thank you. I probably will send him a video and probably edit this podcast. So once I edit it, I'll send you to. I have an email, but I'll send
Yeah.
you through WeTransfer this file so you'll have the whole big thing, and
Okay.
then I'll send you the edited version that I'll put on Instagram, which is like 2 minutes. Because I don't put the whole episode on Instagram. I do like maybe like 2 minutes. So I'll send you both of that either tonight or tomorrow through
Cool.
WeTransfer, so you can have it to post. And this one I think is the 3rd week of September to post it. I mean, you can showcase it, but it's not going to be like aired live until then that week.
Okay, cool. So then I'll probably showcase it like the first week of September because I try to do like the week ahead so people are like,
Yeah, that's fine. And I'll send you I sent you the cover photo too, right?
"Mhm,
Okay,
you did."
Okay, I'm like, let me just put you on here. I look like a bum, so I just showcased you and had a bunch of words.
Wait, did you send that?
I did. I think to your email, to the WeTransfer. I can send it again if you don't have it.
Wait. Yeah, I think you did. Sorry, my memory is like this is how I know I'm getting old. I
No,
forget
it's
everything.
okay. I sent you the cover photo and then like an intro.
Yeah, you did. Duh. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, you did.
So you can showcase that too. So
I definitely saw it like just a couple hours ago too, and I already forgot.
just make sure you have it. That's all. But
Yeah, I know
save
that.
it. But save it because they expire in like 6 days. That's the one thing I hate about WeTransfer. They don't keep anything.
Okay, I'm gonna save it like now as soon as I get up.
Yes, and when you get a chance, just send me the flyer too for the
Okay.
workshop. So I'll post that as well. I know I asked
Okay.
you like 10 things to do, but it's okay.
You're fine. You're fine. Ask away. I mean, like I might forget, but just remind me.
So remind you a couple times. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably will. I probably will.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Thank you. I'm excited for you and your stuff and your endeavors. So I'll be excited.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
But I will let you go. Enjoy your
Okay.
evening.
that line. I don't know how to read that.
Oh my gosh. I think it's the X button in the corner. Or the X.
That's why I'm like, that's why I keep like looking at you awkwardly, because I'm like, I know that like we want to like end it, but how do I end it?
There should be like
Oh,
an X in the corner.
I see it. Okay, cool. Bye.
Oh gosh, she's too funny. Well, guys, that's about it. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Pure Sessions with your girl, Lana and Pure. And you can find me on Spotify, Instagram, SoundCloud, TikTok, Apple, YouTube at Lana and Pure for more episodes. And do something today that you didn't do the day before. And stay beautiful. Also, I just dropped maybe like a week ago. No, 2 weeks ago, my EP called Parallel. Definitely check that out. It's on Apple, Spotify, YouTube for more. Stay beautiful and have a great night. Peace.